Hi, Collective. Welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back. Those of you that are new, welcome. I am Nicole. Quickly, thank you to everybody who's liked, shared, subscribed, commented, those that have booked personal reads, made donations to the channel, emails, all the things that you guys do. Thank you so very much. Personal reads are open and available. Back into the swing of things around here today and moving forward. Information on how to reach out to me for the reads are in the description box below, as well as the about section of the page. Little impromptu reading this evening. I don't realize how much I miss doing this until I don't do it for a couple of days. It's one of those things. But Spirit kind of gave me this layout in mind, and I was like, okay, so we're going to sit down and do this. We're going to kind of dig into a couple things, see what comes up, and any information that we need to know, people, places, situations, anything, right? Anything. We're going to pull the type of situation and or person we're dealing with, the details, and what is needed to kind of blend whatever's going on or what we need to know about that with the advice. All right, so the flame. So some of you could be dealing with relationships, right? We'll see. Spirit, passions ignite. Spark, fan the flame, spark the fire, the desire. Somebody, this is hideous. This is hideous. Are we not in the loving sort of mood, maybe? Let's see, Spirit, what are we dealing with? Dead end. Okay, so somebody's been hurt before. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Actually, I'm going to put these in because there's a lot. The Judge, the Bridge, the Healer, the Dead End. Do not collect, or do not pass go, do not collect $200, right? Like, this game is up. We've taken a walk on the boardwalk, right? The boardwalk. There's an old song. Do not go, do not collect 200. Spirit, there we go. Yeah, see, there's a light and dark aspect to this. It's like somebody kind of in this space of wanting love, needing love, wanting to connect. It's like one of the Bachelorette shows or whatever. This is, you give the person the rose, you marry them or whatever this might be, wanting to know more. But there's something here around what the love represents and then what the darkness. It's funny. It's kind of like some of you, and this message will not be for everybody. Some of you wanting to hang on to that darker side. Like, I'm going to hang on to the pain. I'm going to hang on to the mistrust. I'm going to hang on to the deception. I'm going to hang on to when it's good, it's bad. And when it's bad, it's good. Like, it's a whole vibe you all are dealing with there. So it's like I've put those parts of myself to bed, and I'm not quite sure that I want to reawaken those things. Two of Pentacles. Two of Swords there, a lot of choices being made when it comes to love. Spirit saying there could be in different partnerships, but this is also trying to balance the heart and the head. This is trying to balance work and home, right? Work and love, that kind of thing, because there's been a lot of focus on the material parts of it all, right? So these two things needing to balance out, yin and yang, but there's that passion. Ace of Wands. Some of you, I would say to you, if you're single, right, and you're trying to get out, you're wanting to meet people, there's impulse issues. For some of you, there could be third-party situations also that have gone on or are going on, that are making you kind of stop and, like, Spirit's calling it regress. Taking a step back and going, do I want to involve myself in something that has been, Spirit, publicly painful as well? So this could be just even in association with something that you once had your heart set on. So the desire. Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords. Two pillars and a post. Spirit, two pillars and a post. There's a truth, victory here. There's a lot of potential. It's like both sides of a situation, right? There's maybe a lot of passion and love, but there's also this proclaimed 444 truth of, I know what happens on the other side of this if I invest, right? If I give too much in a situation, it tends to be taken for granted, and then I go back to being by myself anyhow. So some of you are dealing with some love kind of thing, right? Some love thing of, do I invest in this? Do I dare take a walk on the wild side with this and throw my heart into the arena with this situation? Let's do a little bit of clarifying. Two of Wands. Two of Pentacles, Spirit, and this Ace of Wands. There's a potential. I mean, it's funny. Somebody comes in with passion. Somebody comes in with truth. I think, look, like both people wanting a situation of comfort, right? Of comfort, of care. Here's the thing. When I talk third party, right? It doesn't have to be a person. Third party is anything. Make this clear. Anything outside of you and that person, that energy, right? A third energy of any sort coming into the equation here. And it's like, where do I find that? And where do I find it comfortably at, right? Needing to rest. It's almost like somebody's trying to fool themselves that they don't need love, they don't need comfort, they don't need attention, they don't need affection. Somebody else being a little jealous of somebody else's ability to, I was going to say, to be independent of them, and then here comes this miss you. There's a truth and there's a passion. There's going to have to be some sort of equal ground in a particular situation here, collective, when it comes to this, because I do think somebody is anticipating, for some of you, more than somebody can give at this time. The boundaries, the lines need to be set straight, right? The expectation to things needs to be set straight. So let's see here, Spirit. What is this? What does the discernment? That card came out in his read, was that Scorpio's read or collective read today? I can't remember. Change, though, falls at the table in the solar plexus chakra. And this is somebody finding the willpower. When I say the willpower, it is the willpower to address having both parts of this, like understanding somebody's purpose, desire, passion in a situation, the frequency to move gracefully as things are changing. So, and our ego can get in the way of that change. When we start to feel like we want to invest in love and light and good things, right? Relationships, other people, just something different, our ego can get in the way, go, I was really good at this while I was doing that, or I was doing this and I was fine. Like, why do I need to incorporate this other thing? Who knows how this is going to go? It could turn out miraculously beautiful. You just have to trust it. Okay, so it's like there's a reason you're being pulled into feeling and or wanting and desiring something. You've got to let that happen. So I don't know who that resonates with, but 3-3, there is Spirit's calling it supervised change that is going on there. So I don't know. All right, Spirit, let's see. What else for the collective, Spirit? What else? What is Spirit's messages here? Too many cards fell out. Hypertension. So somebody could be dealing with hypertension issues. Beware, okay? Not a doctor, can't diagnose. Speak to your healthcare professionals about that stuff. All right. Let's see. Spirit, anybody dealing with deception? What is this, Spirit? Knight of Swords. Are you not reacting to something? Sensitive information. Power struggles. 5 of Swords, the Knight of Swords. Arrogance, boastful. Non-reactionary, though. 10 of Pentacles. Somebody is trying to effectuate somebody's 10 of Pentacles here. Okay? Who is this? Spirit, what is this? Who's dealing? Who's 4 of Pentacles. Somebody's trying to withhold something here. There's been a lot floating around in the Pentacle arena, right? I've seen a lot of Taurus energy, right? There's a lot of money, practicality sitting in that as well. Who is this? 10 of Cups, 4 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. Somebody's holding back. Somebody's trying to hold back somebody's happiness. It's a sense of defeat. It's a sense of longing. eager. This is karmic. There we go. Okay. Wheel of Fortune with the Emperor with the Four of Swords. Somebody is healed and taken personal authoritative power over their own life, right? There's been some big changes that have happened. This is karmic, this is destined, this is fated. 10 and 2 fours. 8, 8, 8 is that infinity symbol. It goes around, comes around. Spirit saying that the clock is on the upright. Like the anchor is being, think about the boat. An anchor, when you drop the anchor to the boat, you sit there, for a while, you do what, you fish, you swim, whatever you're doing, right? Then you're ready to pull that anchor back up. Like the anchor is being pulled up. The period of rest is over. The time to get moving is now over. Somebody is feeling this energetic shift for you, collective. So they're feeling some kind of shift that is taking place for you. That's making them extremely uncomfortable because they feel like the burden is being tossed around, right? It's like the hourglass. There we go, the hourglass. Their time has run up on their position of being at the top right now. The hourglass is getting flipped, that infinity symbol, right? Kind of the same thing. The glass is getting flipped, and it's like, they know that once that happens, they have to start over. They're going to have to build over. They're going to have to start over from scratch when it comes to you. And that's a little alarming to them. There's something here that's putting them, they're building problems, Spirit is saying. You coming up as the Empress with the 8 of Swords, like there may be worries and strife of how this new beginning happens for you, because you may not see something and or somebody coming towards you to kind of knock you off the path or dissuade you from your goals, distract you, right? This Knight of Wands. Excuse me, I don't know where that came from. This, jeez, this distraction, it's coming in to knock you off your path. I don't think that you yet fully see that. It's kind of giving me the impression of like a bowling ball. You got the 10 pins right there. There goes that wild, crazy ball. It's spinning out of control. What all is it going to take out? And I'm literally hearing the crashing of bowling pins. Like it's crashing. They're spiraling faster than they realize. In a situation, as I say that, look at that. You could probably hear me shuffling the cards. They're taking a chance on something here. Loss of control. It's backfiring. I feel like for somebody or something, they could have gotten some bad advice around this particular situation. They took the bad advice. For others, they were getting, I would call it sound advice, where someone's going, you know what, like, maybe you should just let well enough alone. Just knock it off, leave it be, don't go there, right? And they couldn't control themselves. They've lost control. It's, somebody could be speeding. Somebody could be not taking warning, not heeding the warning of what is going on. They're being reckless. They're being careless. They're being overly dramatic. They refuse to take no for an answer, but in a very juvenile sort of way, right? The Knight of Wands is a younger energy, right? It's not quite as young as a Page Knights. We see, I don't know, late teens, early 20s, right? So could be dealing with somebody like that. Or, this is just the maturity level of this person. They could be 50 and still act this way, right? Like, hey, you've been warned. You've done all these things. You've had, 50 years of experience and you're still acting like an idiot. What are you doing? But they're coming in like a bat out of hell with one thing after another. And you think about, a bowling ball, chain reaction, right? It hits the first pin, it hits the next pin, to the next pin. It's the domino effect, right? It's a chain reaction. You hit one, you hit the rest. They're not realizing by not pumping the brakes, Spirit is saying. They just keep going and going and digging deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper with this carelessness. They're doing you a favor on the other side of this, whether you know it or not. And I think that was part of a collective read that I did earlier today, as well as Spirit brings that up. You may not see this quite yet, but it's coming. It's coming, right? So this Empress energy that you all are showing up. And it's funny, too, because You've got the Emperor and the Empress, right? That is the divine pairing of sorts here. So some of you could be calling in your divine feminine energy or a person, right? Three of Wands. You've been waiting for this for a really long time. This, I'm going to say this though. Most often we attribute that divine pairing to another person, right? Oh, this love is coming in. This is amazing. This does not, and Spirit's addressing this does not have to be a person. What have you been working towards? What is your peanut butter to your jelly right now? Okay? What is your milk to your Oreos right now? What are you working towards? What is going to make life so damn sweet? What is going to be the perfect pairing for what you're working on right now? Is it a person to a job? Is it sweets? Is it milk to sweets? Is it dessert to dinner? Is it, cream to your coffee? Is it laughter to hear your, with your kids? Like, what is it for you that brings sweetness to life? Because that's the thing here for you collective, this expansion with that Three of Wands, that Sag energy, is the expansion of what you're creating, not so much another person. It's the experience, right? Expansion is an experience. So it's like, this is what this person, King of Wands, the Devil, could be dealing with a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, doesn't have to be, but you got heavy fire energy here on the table. And then the Devil. Same with Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You've got swords, you've got fire. But I'm also going to say to you, as we move into Pluto with Aquarius for the next 20 years, not quite the next 20, but for a period of time here, we've left that water and earth. We are moving into fire and air. We are dealing more with a mental aspect and taking action, planning and action. They go hand in hand, so it was nurturing and cultivating before. Now it's plan and action. And that's what's happening here. But the problem with this is what they've seen you going towards is like, some of them could be sending their minions, right? They could be sending somebody younger than them to deliver some really, I'm going to call it shitty news, right? You could be finding out things in an underhanded sense. They've got other people, doing their biting or bidding, however you say that, for them. They're sending somebody else that may not have the experience in all, because they don't want to seem like the bad guy, right? It's having somebody else do their bad guy kind of work, what makes them look better, instead of handling their shit on their own. Maybe they've not lived up to a promise. They've not kept their word on something, right? So instead of having this disagreement, it's easier to send somebody else out on their way to do their bidding for them, right? To, kind of boost them and go, oh no, let me smooth this over. Like, I just keep getting like the whole like peanut butter thing, like just smooth it over. Don't do crunchy, smooth peanut butter, please. Like, whatever that's about. Somebody maybe might be having a midnight snack tonight, who knows? And if you are, I hope it's really good. It's good stuff. I personally prefer sunflower butter. But either way, good. Anyhow, all right, so let's see. What's going on with this? Spirit, switch it on. Okay. Empress, Three of Wands. Where is our Empress going? What's going on with our Empress here? See, there's more of that solid air energy of making a decision after feeling let down, disappointed, anxietized over something, feeling like you've gotten left out, abandoned, neglected. It's just like somebody didn't show up, collective. It's like, did they forget that you existed? Did they not care that you existed? Were they not going to deal with it? Like, what is this? Just because you pretend I'm not there doesn't mean that I'm not there. Look, that Madness card came out. It was showing itself, and it's for you, it's coming out in the reverse. So this is literally the opposite, right? We're coming out of chaos. We're getting to the core problem of the situation with divine intervention. Somebody could be calling somebody else out. Divine intervention, though, too. This could simply be third-party energy, right? Stepping in to make headway. Somebody else is going, hey, we see what the issue is here, and this is what we're now going to do as a result of this. So somebody is addressing a specific situation, and whatever has been done or that has come to be so far or thus far in a situation, the answer is now no. Some people, Spirit, the audacity of some people to go, this is how we're going to handle this. This isn't how we handle things. This isn't how we handle a situation. There's no morals or integrity, right? You are getting enough information. Silence is, I've seen that card for Scorpio specifically, but for a lot of the signs in the February reads, that silence card really stuck out a lot. And now to see that card coming out sideways it's how I read my cards. Looking for, starting to question, starting to research, starting to look at some things and going, these things don't make sense. These things don't line up. So, when we're dealing with this other person that's popping in as the King of Wands and the Devil, right? The King of Wands and his, reverse side of this personality that he can be. He's a tyrant, right? The Emperor, he can be a tyrant, right? He's had control, he's had power for too long. He thinks that he can, make these decisions, and those decisions do not serve the best of everybody. They're all about himself. You come in with, and I got high frequency in my right ear as I say that, they have their way of doing things, and they expect you to conform and say yes to their way of doing things, right? Who is this person? How does collective know? Oh, Spirit. Oh, they know. They know who this person is. Addiction. Literally the devil. The devil with the addiction card, literally. Drugs, alcohol, obsession, toxic attachments. They don't know how to stop. They don't know how to let go. They want everything on a whim. They could be, they could cheat. They could lie. Their reasons for wanting to do things a certain way are, of course, self-serving. It's, what do I need from you? This is, I'm going to indoctrinate you to my beliefs. I'm going to gaslight you, lie to you, manipulate you. Going to make you think that there's no other way out to a situation. It's kind of reminding me like the Chucky doll, like good guys, right? Like this could be somebody who's a great narcissistic type personality, covert narcissist, who promises the moon and the stars but delivers shit, right? Like, but now something is in. Something about the bypassing of something that has been bypassed. Spirit, they can't even pretend to be ignorant to anymore. So I don't know who that is, but this is also somebody who, I feel like, who is this person dealt with? What is this? Unfinished business. Whatever this is, it's kind of like trying to get in your way. All right, whoever's trying to get in your way here, they have played a lot of people for fools. A lot of people for fools, right? Synchronization. So they've talked people out of like literally crimes, taboo, forbidden love. Like they've pushed the limits, they've stretched the limits, maybe of the law itself. But they've always been able to corrupt people, pull them in, drag them in. It's like, I don't know, Ursula from Ariel, right? Wrapping her tentacles around little Ariel and going, but darling, if you let me have your voice, right? That's really what a narcissist does. They take away your voice. They take away your ability to speak, think, and act for yourself. They could, this here is them showing you how to not trust your intuition, how to not trust yourself, and going, listen, I've dealt with this person. Let me tell you all about them. Let me persuade you who this person is and what they're like. And here you are over here, staying in your lane, doing the damn thing, working on your Empress energy, right? They're just pulling yourself together, cultivating your crops. You're in your garden doing your thing with the birds a-chirping. Old Pinocchio over here is acting a fool. And that's really how I feel about this for you. I don't know what is coming to the collective, to the viewer, the collective here, maybe even channel member, right? That they're trying to stop. I've seen this so much, and I could tell you that I'm absolutely sick of it. But we can't get away from what's happening. There's a reason, right? There's a reason that this is happening. Spirit, for you to believe in yourself, for one. So, you're showing up as the Empress. So you could be changing the Knight of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles. You could be changing the way you look, changing the way you take care of yourself, changing the way that you dress, the way you do your hair, the way you sit. Pictures right now could be a thing. Some of you could be doing professional photography, or even is it boudoir? I don't even know how you say that word. But you know, the cutesy pictures, right? You get what I'm saying. This is something. Some of you could be into modeling, pageant work, physique, things like that. That are just, it's changing your appearance. It's changing your physical appearance, could be changing, but it's not just about your physical appearance, collective. It's also about who you are internally, right? How you're showing up to the rest of the world, what you're looking like. You know, as they say, like, beauty is within the eye of the beholder, but two, beauty lies within. And if you got an ugly heart on the inside, right, it's a matter that reflects on the outside. Good heart inside, right? Loving, caring, sweet, kind, compassionate. It starts to show on the outside, and it's like you are regrouping with the appropriate groups, right? You're reappropriating to certain things. The Hangman, this is spiritual growth for you. This is an internal growth for you. Chariot, getting ready to move on, move forward. Four of Wands, like marriage, celebration, family, good things, new jobs, new opportunities, right? The Emperor, you're taking control. The Moon. This is the cool thing. I got the chills and the Magician. As I say that, I mean literally, like, chills up everywhere. When I say to you that this person has really tried to upend things and done these things and all the things, right? At any point, you have a choice. This Moon to me is going, I can engage with this crazy energy. Maybe this is someone you've dealt with for a long time. Maybe this is something that's newer. Maybe this is somebody that you, I don't know, for whatever reason you're dealing with this person, obviously, in your energy. Whether or not you have a long-standing situation could very well be. So you've got a choice. You can engage and maybe take a deviant turn somewhere in this. But this Moon to me is the quip. This is something that this devil that you're dealing with, this King of Wands character in the reverse, doesn't see coming. Right? The Emperor has a lot of self-control. I put it in Scorpio's read today, playing chess and not checkers. The Magician is like, you could be taking a stock of what you've worked towards gaining by working as that Empress and then moving into your masculine energy. You've nurtured what you've needed to nurture. Now you need to step up to the plate. You need to rule. You need to handle. You need to take all those things on, right? With this Moon, that's a lot of illusion. And I think it is, I know we've got some planets, what Neptune I think is one of them, that illusion. And then of course we've got Pisces. We're in Pisces season itself, right? Page of Cups, Pisces. Illusion, delusion, confusion, Seven of Cups. A lot of fantasizing, right? It's crazy. This person doesn't even see. They don't see the forest before the trees. They can't see the forest for the trees. This Moon is you getting out of fixed energy. So, I would say to you, heavy fixed signs. If you've got fixed sign placements in your top 4, pay attention. Sun, Moon, Rising, and your Venus. You have a choice. And most of the time we do better with choice or with change when we are at the forefront of making that change. And it's kind of like if you've sat here and you've viewed this person or situation and you know like why they're doing, what they're hoping to get out of a situation. And you're like, wait a second, like I'm not going to do this with this person. I would rather jump into some sort of change for myself, separate of this situation, to see what happens, than to let everything fall apart that I've worked on because they're trying to affect my outcome. They're trying to affect the way that this flows. You're tired of getting beat up on. You've done a lot of healing, and that's your rite of passage. Six of Swords is the rite of passage to move on into calmer waters, right? It's time to move on from a difficult chapter. This person's not quite ready to let go of that difficult chapter because they've been in it for so long. They're not okay with creating a positive change. They're okay with reliving the past and doing things as they've always done it. There's that light and the duality, right? The light and the dark of how do you say it? Althea. Right? There's the light and the dark. Like there's always going to be the dark for the light for the dark, right? This Fool, the Star, and the Six of Cups, like, what is it? Fleetwood Mac, never going back there again, or something like that, right? Never going back. The Fool to the Star. This is literally going, I'm going to take the risk and I'm going to reap the rewards, and all the while I'm going to heal from zero to 17. Collective, right? This is a quick turnaround in your energy that goes, I took a risk, I took a gamble on myself. I made a choice, I made a change. To leap, not to leap, right? If you're taking this leap, that you're not, like, you know that it's got to be better. Like, it's going to be the key thing here. You know it's got to be better. It might, some of you, I think you're fearing more of whatever this is. It's going to be the same if you take this leap. But what you don't know is that it's not the same. What it brings is an end to a lot of time of like stagnancy and worrying about manifesting to get yourself to a better place. What comes with this? Hearing abundance. What comes as a way of this change? Invitation, Mars. It's time to move. It's time to move. It's time to go. It's time to get out of here. South Node, leaving that past. Third house, communicate. It's like they're being invited back. You're being invited back to something. Don't take it. Don't take it now. Don't take it ever. What comes after this choice, this voluntary change? Invitation. You got the invitation to go. This is your time to go. Trine. That's great creative flow right there. Family, hearth, harmony. 7th house of relationships. It's okay if you have to embark on this journey by yourself as well. And that journey will be temporary by itself. It won't last that way. Look, what are you doing? You're moving into your North Node. You're moving into your purpose by way of this. There's that Sag energy of expansion, dignified, strength, 13. You're creating a massive force field of change here. This is where you're walking in beauty and light and going, look, this is how far I've come. I'm not going to stop myself from sitting in front of that golden mirror right now. Look at me. Look how far I've come. I'm not going to give that up because somebody else is having a tissy back here. What about this person or this situation that is, it's like you're always going to have somebody who's going to oppose your ability to move forward, collective. 12th house, introspection. They don't, look at this. 8th house, mystery, debilitated moon. They don't see it. They don't get it. Their entire foundation as a result of their inability to address, like, it's like, okay, so let's just say they hadn't, like, this is somebody who's boastful, right? Somebody who brags. Somebody who will, sore winner, not just a sore loser, a sore winner who will go, we won, we beat you, 20 points, in your face, that kind of shit. Somebody who gets the win and is just, I got the guy, I got the girl, I got the this, I got the that, I got the car, I'm gonna rub it in your face. And it's like, okay, well, that's cool. Like, typically I'd be happy for you that you got this or that and things are going well, but you're just being an asshole about it at this point, right? You're being arrogant about it. This is somebody who can't ever just let it go. This is somebody who was probably a spoiled brat. I'm going to call it for what it is. A spoiled brat is a kid who got their own way, silver spoon, right? Like, we could say all those things. Somebody that they never lost, right? Even when they lost, they didn't lose. They were a sore loser even at that point. So now it's just like, in order to make, it's called small dick syndrome, right? Like, I got a big truck to compensate, and God forgive me for any of you out there that have a big truck. I'm not condescending you at all. Like, I'm not being demeaning, but the jokes are the jokes, right? We're running with the jokes here. Nothing mean in that. Oh my God. As I say that, I'm like, I probably shouldn't have said that, but I said that. Anyhow, so it's that idea that this person specifically, and I'm sure you all can relate to somebody like this, is really overcompensating because there's an insecurity within them, right? That's the point. There's an insecurity within them that they have to be superior, right? That emperor, they have to be superior to you. And instead of looking at you, let's say, you did come in second place in a marathon, instead of saying, man, you know what? Let me shake your hand. Good job. I only had you by a split second. They are like rubbing dirt in your eyes. They're kicking rocks in your face. They're going, oh yeah, that's all you got. Blah, 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 blah. Right? Like they're just not nice. They're not nice at all. And I think that this has been this person's angle for a long time, is rubbing dirt in the wounds, pouring salt in the gaping wounds, kicking you while you were down, like bucking you because they could, not because you did anything wrong, or even if you did, their level of maturity just sucked. Call it for what it is. It sucked. Like, instead of being an adult and having conversations about things, they would rather ridicule a situation. As a result, their crimes, maybe they were actual crimes, maybe they were heart distressing crimes, like just, they would hurt people and be mean. They lived in a very negative side of their ego. But they're going to start to pay the consequences. They're going to start to pay the piper. I think that is what is happening. I think that's the second video today I've said that, actually. The moon is what they don't see coming, Spirit is saying. They would have never, Spirit, they never would have gathered that they could ever be on the other side. There are people, probably you, viewer collective, that says, you're like sitting there always waiting for the other shoe to drop, right? This is somebody that never thinks that the other shoe could possibly happen to them, right? They're exempt. And even when things kind of start to get a little wobbly for them, Spirit is saying, it's like Steve Urkel, right, in Family Matters, like, I meant to do that. I just tripped over the coffee table. I meant to do that. But there's only so many times that, one, they can say, I meant to do that they don't eventually look stupid, like there's something seriously wrong here. The first couple of times, okay, maybe you were being silly, but why would you keep doing that thing, right? Number two, when they're saying I meant to do that, depending on what it was that they did, it could come across as like very irresponsible, very morally wrong, very cold, very non-conducive for positive, to inflict positive change, Spirit is saying. And other people are going to start to look at that and go, I don't quite understand why you would do that. Like that, how did you think, I'm hearing, how did you think that was going to help things? How did you think that was going to make a difference? Treating other people like the sky's the limit, to them. And I mean, it could have been in a way, so long as you don't get cocky. I keep hearing, and I've been hearing Kendrick Lamar's song Humble, and I'm not too much into rap myself, but I did go back right after the Super Bowl and I listened to the words, and that was a very interesting song, so that could hold resonance here somehow. But it's all been for their amusement, right? Their behavior has been for their amusement, and using you as the one, right? It's like being in a fun house. For you, crossroads, like we're not going to do this again. You could engage, you're not. Bustling hub, you're going to keep yourself moving forward. Some of you are coming to a point where you are meeting with new people, but what you're cultivating is your work. Like, even though, like, you're stepping into some kind of new line of work or doing something new, this could be having to do with fruits, vegetables, farming, setting up like little markets, things like that, right there. It's a small market area. You could be investing in community, because I'm looking at this crossroads card that came out for you too. Like the street was bare, right? It's like Monday through Friday, it's business, maybe cars and buses and trains, and then on the weekends there's markets, right? So there's something about markets, post office. It's like getting down to the daily life of things as well. You're just not, fortune favors the bold, I heard. You're sheltered, you're protected. You're not going to, you know, this person wants to worry about, like, we'll call it name brands. Like, well, we'll just put it into that perspective. Like, oh, I've got Nikes on, and I wear Nikes, but call it for what it is. I got my Under Armour on, I'm doing this thing, I'm doing that thing, I'm riding my Benz, like, shit's good. And you're like, let's keep life simple. Let's go grow our own tomatoes. Let's go forage herbs and mushrooms out of the woods, right? Let's go pick some herbs. Let's go be delicate with things, right? Let's go treat things with joy and love and respect, and let's share, right? Let's do good things. And this person's worried about really silly, trivial, shallow things, right? They haven't learned. If you're wondering if they're going to change, no. If you're basing your decision off of what this person is going to do in another year or so, Spirit, you've waited long enough. Who you've wanted them to be, or who you hoped that one day they would be, that person doesn't exist. I think that's the lesson here for you at this point, is learning to truly let go, because this lesson that you hope that they would figure out, that they would come down off of their high horse and their cloud, everything is a joke. Everything is a game. Everything is centered around them. You know, a concert, there's that person on stage. All eyes are on them. For them, they don't know how to not be in the limelight. They don't know how to not be in the spotlight. Every bit of attention that surrounds them is all ego-based. It needs to be on them. You're, chopped liver, as they would say. This cannot rule anymore. That's a lot of what Virgo and Pisces is about in the North and South Node. And this person is very much living in that space. They've refused, completely refused to change. There's nothing more you can do. There's nothing more that can be said to this. What is the advice for the collective? Soulmates. You are leaning into new soulmate energies, new people. Listen to me. Live in the moment, you're living in the moment, and abundance is coming. You're going to transform your finances, your home, your life, your own circus, your own monkeys, right? Like, you're transforming all of this. This person was just meant to teach you something so significant about yourself. And you could say twin flames, right? And I said back here, it's white and black. It's the duality. And look, twin flames and the polar opposites, right? It's the duality of the situation from the very beginning. From the very beginning of this read. This person was just meant to show you, it's not really to show, because they didn't show you shit, right? You could have made a choice to just lay down and cower out and never evolve. But you did. You've made a conscious choice to change. You've chosen to take that dance. They're showing me something very specific around high school hallways or lockers too. The lockers look tan. Golds and blues could be important. Yellows. It's kind of hazy. I just heard I should have left here when I had a chance. So I don't know. I don't know what that means. But what it signifies to you, though, what you should know about that is that, we give thanks to the people that taught us very valuable lessons. When we say that they teach us those lessons, it's not that they taught us those lessons. They showed up for the lesson, right? Our soul contract had them show up. They did what they did. But make sure you stop and thank yourself for the lesson, because you could have made a choice to repeat cycles and not learn what you were meant to learn in this situation, but you did, and that's why you're moving in your North Node. This person is becoming extremely uncomfortable in their level of introspection because it's not working for them. They're living in this old school mentality, and I said, like, I could see a school. You're making healthier choices for the purpose of ascension, and they're still believing that they could seduce their way into anything. They can, make anybody buy what they're laying down. They could sell milk to a cow, right? And they'll be forever in a place of chasing you. It's who they are. It's how they operate. And that's not for you. That's not where you've evolved to be. 44 or 45, 45 on the clock. 99. Endings. Be the phoenix and rise. I talked about that hourglass earlier. There it is. They just need more time. And for some of them, they're not going to get it this time around. That time is up. Time is up. Time is done. There's nothing left for them here. And there's nothing left for you when it comes to this. Their distant memory, let it be of the past. They will sever ties with other people along the way, because those other people, they're gonna play victim to those other people, right? It's like, oh my God, I can't believe Suzette, man. Like, I thought we were friends, and she just totally blew me off. Well, she blew you off. Why'd she blow you off? Because she caught you lying to her, right? Old Timmy don't want to go hang out after work and play basketball with you because he seen what you did the last time y'all went, and it wasn't, it wasn't cool. You were talking about the boss. You were talking about so-and-so, whatever it was. There's a reason that those people are detaching from those individuals, and those individuals that you're dealing with are going to say, this person, that person, they turned on me, they lied, that person was the one in the wrong. They're not the one in the wrong. Like, they're calling them out for the shady shit. So they're going to try to manipulate who's distancing themselves from them and say they're the ones who's done it, because they don't lose. At least not in their eyes, right? So let this be your confirmation that this person is not going to change. This situation is not going to change. The only thing that can change here with this change card is you. If the situation doesn't change, you have to change, and you are going to be you have changed. It's like you're just trying to rectify those last little things with yourself that says, this is the reality of where we are, and now I move forward from here. All right, guys, I'm leaving it there. Hopefully this reading was helpful to you. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Personal reads, again, are open and available. That information can be found in the description box below, as well as the about section of the page. Feels so good to be back. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.